apomden ensem na yebedi nkomo de akwasiri nti bomode ansa betie nkomo ni yim na ne enye wum no watumi atwenwo fim ne ye nso na watumi de wo ho de ahyemu eyiye ene nkomo ben na yeba ababedi yeba behwe eye wona wode aphrodisiac nnuro bi ahodo a yetumi bodi som eye aphrodisiac kyerɛ nnuro atumi ma utumi ye nema bi ma woni agya kyerɛ ne doctor ha onwan kasa be kyerɛ mu sɛ ne aphrodisiac nan kasa no ye ka ne nkyerɛ ase ɛkyɛ sɛ wodi di dwuma esunsu aso kra no ene sen eno ene ye baba behwe dwuma edie de boayen ene dwuma nso edie a emoayen kra na etumi aka ho asam ranche ne maba wa no ye mama ne ase bitumi chi sankomo bi ene me ne Dr. Minel Frimpong ena babedi enkomo Dr. Minel Frimpong oye general manager at the Apak TM Health Center Apak TMC Health Center ya enti no no ena me no babedi enkomo ene anape dog anape akwaba
nyame shira yeja
na mpombo kode
nyame na dum
na osanso ye osofo esanka ho enti no wohia na as friend no ye apostle so kan din na de ye apomdi enti no na ye fa doctor no e de aye adwuma okay dog ene ye nkomo no sa na ye ba ababekon ma menka wo se wonso no nkro ebo pay mu a 9:30 no ye be phone lines no e de amawo na wonso komo bia ye di bibia won ase no watumi bisa na de nchim e de amawo ya tete aphrodisiac ya kasa aphrodisiac de ade
eja ne edi kan ma memfa nchi akese pa ma ahwefo nyina ehwe ITV wo hwa ITV ko echiri pa yi me bakra na member bi no mo frame is papa ati se wo ba live na mse nyame na dom nti no medi nchi akese de ma edwumayefo nyina wo ITV ne wankasa ne edi kan ye ka aphrodisiac anase aphrodite anase adie bi a ye di honam nim anase ne ye desra honam no aniema biara ye de ko nipedua nim a eboa ema nipedua no enya atenka chenso anase atenka sonko anase nipa watenka na wa unya hoodin surunku bi de bodwuma anase eni oba ehia wo mpa so a saa atenka na wutimi nya ema wutimi eche ewo mpa so no eno ne ye frɛ no saa aphrodisiac no na ne edika no aphrodisiac na nkasa no start free baby a friend Greek na
there is a young Ghana the first na ye nim ne masa
debi start free Greek na edin no ye nya free edin bia ye frɛ no Aphrodite na Aphrodite no Aphrodite no Greek goddess of love. Greek goddess of love. Ona ye friend no Aphrodite. And inti
odobosom.
Yes, odobosom. Odobosom. Anti Greek ena esha ye into that name Aphrodite no enam so ne ye de aphrodisiac e de baye. Anti niema biara ye de kono nemu na se ye ba oba ne obema enhie mu e wo mpaso a niema bi etimi bua e boosti Emma, your sexual desire no utimi echo to the climax eni ade no eno ena eye aphrodisiac
enti odobosom na di kan de drum ba abonten ana se din keke no de to no
many years ago na odobosom no eniama bi wo ho mo de som no echo ne so ebi ne ehura ne ahaban mani even things that increases good perfume eni ade intino sa niama no ena ye kika bu mu no mo de eye aphrodisiac no yeah
okay all right enti ye hwɛ sɛ ye ka aphrodisiac no a sɛ ne kan mpempi no ana ne di ne kusi emema nko a so sɛ mema na edi ndru a bema motu ne mata eye sad ema nso wo mo de a ebetumi ama oba no nso ebi onya tenka bi aboro so ana no nso wagina so ache
me pacho ai ema titru ema nso but the most effect na ye ka aphrodisiac and crofo and as scientifically you know much more in men than in women. Okay. Now in women no it is less because women actually are the recipients and the men are the givers. And at the end of the day there are certain moods Esese oba no etimi swing it to ebema the sexual harassment na say me bomodin say mo fidie so me nye too technical say ne be ya obi abete de ye na see enu nti eniema bi wo ho amane nso yusu eno nso ye aphrodisiac ni bi eboa ema omunso omu desire no nti ebinim yusu te say perfume ebinim yusu te say oils ahodo ne ade e de your masine ade no stimulate omu organs no ene ade ma omu desire for their sex no etimi akono no etimi increase you know
na say man why na dabro so
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Ejira say man emema ni nyina no wo omode a omo edidi dwuma say be ya akono omo pe no benya ni nyina abro so na okijanhwem yaka say enduro ben ene ebetumi aka say we de eye aphrodisiac say ye drug ana say bia herb ana say bibia ye aphrodisiac bia yenhwe na egusu ya kan na say ye producer nensa akeka mfoni ni bi nso a obetumi de atotoso wa bra egusu yedi ho enkomo no
eyintasem a nipa bebre enim ewa aphrodisiac ne ho se sex ankasa no esase free adwenenim esase fi adwenenim. It is the mind that controls the whole system. Adwene no in a dini pedua ni nyina so. And inti certain what makes a food aphrodite and as aphrodisiac no starting from the mind. Obi timi hu banana sene ni shape ne tie any sene na kono tie etimi turning it on. Ediane bi te say watermelon etimi kai ni bibi etwe na adwinsi bi ema nya atinka bi de ma empemu agro.
Wow.
And at that point no that banana has become an aphrodisiac.
Wabra ondi ye kra no. Because etimi stimulating the mind system no for the desire for the sexual drive no to happen. And you know most people who have negative effects are obi wo low sexual drive and also obi wo dysfunctional erection ontimi erect and it's most of them no more psychological. And to which in edianini bebre most of them na yehu TV so no very common. Ediani bi to say banana, granite, and your friend saying asparagus, nutmeg, ni nyina red wine, ni nyina ye ndiania paya, ni honey, any mako,
ni nyina ye nke ye diania ye normal ye nyina ye di. But send me di kan no if you are dreaming obi na dream odi di say nduane we no any atinka obenya obi ohu sa meko yi a wo ke chili peppers yi kura na ontimi kura kai ni bibi etwe ni desire no esi bibi so etwe atinka no edeba and you know those all these kind of foods no it me aphrodisiac foods.
Okay, and when you say ye di kwa ye mu nso am e wa hoodin bi wo mu a eno nso betumi akanya ya kono no ana.
Yes. E wa hoodin pa papa banana say very rich in citrus ni ade orange ni nyina ye very rich e boa it provided the right nutrients ni pedua no ehia na etimi aye adwuma. Se ka sex na nkasa na it all depends on the nerves no any tissues na ade any blood circulation na e woni pedua ni mo no nti enia ni biara
nyema ase de nkwan bi na wo hono no wi apple no free mu a ihun toast na se ni esi fifini ya bew.
That's right.
Nti eno no so no enuane ba na wo
nti enduane biara etimi ema easy blood flow in terminal moja ni timi die fusani yie no etimi ebeye aphrodisiac. Now when it comes to there are stages etimi fame answer na be do aphrodisiac stage. So if they do aphrodisiac stage now then it has become something that is addictory. Utimi hu say ade nipa no wenya anase wendi a ontimi entena. So some of these are natural things yenim but then no they have, it works, the sexual drive nankasa works with the senses, it works with the emotions, it works with the whole system, the blood flow, the veins, and if all those things are working properly, you don't need an aphrodisiac.
And it's out to me the Nuania, ya debeto ye TV she within ye what think Kanankasa beba Pemwa won't hear so dear Droby Beccount.
Exactly.
Listen, Yankoponia, some one my and ye shame now.
Sape pepe.
Wow.
Sape pepe.
Wow.
Sape pepe.
Okay. All right. And you know, Yanshe, say natural products say huni edison ya will be a honomo be a ye chemicals being so a honoman and no son it be was a ye den.
Indian be hokrampoa a containing capsaicin. Now, sir, Indian be a containing this kind of capsaicin. We are later met show san yamanina, sir. Indian containing sa in Niama where is stimulating these hormones. I will need any mono. In the excess, no, it may cause problems at the money pediano. You will enable me to say tobacco, alcohol, volume. Sunny money in a aphrodisiac.
I will can the Rebecca. Because I got tobacco the Rebecca.
Bois Emma metabolism, no, it me juma in system in Yamani me juma, but no stimulating money juma brush now one wanting so.
Okay.
Into no nedi insurance and so and as problems at the brainy pediano. And
alcohol, tobacco, and I feel we no near my volume.
Yeah,
and also between them Emma Unyatin Castle no be better.
Yes. And to be or Bema be wa and Bemani be wa answer no ni or baby bedano. I just say or no we because a money thinking high, a money emotions no rising higher into Butu Bani Sukura no ye Jumana on Tibre. We but as I'm saying, say all these things now, other things are ye deka in the mano. And no Indian money the healthier and only a better because and only the natural ones and yankopo ankasa obadi ankasa ediamanipa si indi na muaye but the ya said yet is tobacco no money long journey and I way being so to say stone your way being so to say commando your way a bit to say dragon spray any dear or mutunton would just wa no herbs if one need any bio but you were negative and positive herbs are you use
okay
and you know why I mix it
I have a man be walk around or yeah and no best
yes ubenya insunso ubenya insunso de omo mix what to amunis and says in a TV sweet na mostly cramofo no sebe na omuta sa and to call krumni ade ubehu mostly some of these concussions now you take it into the body no have adverse effect on the body. It me break you nervous system down. Wow. It means to affect a lot of effects. So baby some is our question until your volume. Any
near say one no ma wadache no.
E ma wadache no.
Yes. And there's one no ma beda won't me adwuma no. Na dia one no ma wadache dia say one dia ube wan so banda one na so wa fon wanda.
So enema it me stimulate your sexual drives no that's what we are talking about
nti ni bi na na kutukuto mo se no
kutukuto mo nsem no ye wo made a wo
yeah
ani nyina no
pictures na one man no mfoni na down
kra no so de me kire no ha nti sa nema we no etimi stimulate organs no e ma ne bro na ho odin so na no e di insunsanso e de ba de odi kire ye herbal drugs dear omaye omasedade ahaba ma aye ebi wo kra ye de good to am ti se nsuo ye de ndua ina aye ina yade but it must be given with moderation
our sound no senior
na enye ne moroso na most of these drugs ne nso wo ho they don't add the moderation mo mfa senior say wo fa no nti na so okoto ya na onum you know and also painting at the end of the day it ends up breaking your nervous system. It ends up breaking your system. No, etimi fa problems, any issues, health complications at the bread ipediano.
Wow. Okay, and you know, you want to say, say me wo hoi. Dem pa na ebe kame ama akobase was say me fa a drubi na mene oba eda.
Most often, this particular problem, no, if in money baby. Yes, a baby form as in and as over blacks and as Africans our sexual drive and as our sexual activities no you ready to the foreign ones now ye were a bit higher. A man I think very good.
Okay.
Very good. Nti ambrofo ni bebre kurampo wo mo pe blacks no kra chen omo yonko mbrofo no.
Okay.
Because we've got everything that God has placed in us that is very helpful for our system. Nti emani bebre wo ho a omatinka no we chiri. Ina abeye normal thing in the eyes of many people say wentimi ni oba anda ancha nko chira na say we problem. That say you know onye bema. You know, but those things are fallacies, those things are lies. Enye cha oni oba be che wo mpaso e na kire se wo ye bema.
Sisa na nkofo kan ni na nokure nim sa. Because most often krano uche too much e wo mpaso you are hurting the woman. So
that has been the fallacy. That has been the year a war. You know, but you know, health wise, no, it's not supposed to exceed certain limits.
It is limits in another paper see who say at least Obama many of bad minutes and now where the mommy.
The minutes no vary from Ubia and seniority. One of the things I would be advising after this program, and I say me advise you for nyina ne ahwefo nyina say upese utimi having good satisfaction in bed, you need a good it has to start from your brain. As I say wunya, you know, relaxed. You need to be relaxed. You need to you know, calm yourself down and be able to do it well. And I think so you need more exercise. You need to eat more fruits. You need to eat more vegetables. Some of these things, no, utimi it did now share in these times, and I say in these times, you are able to last long. Enko yet too extreme, a deep problem. It beats me a brobano and I say wankasa.
And you know, long or no. The long one and they say at least because Obama the one cockrano or so 1 hour and 1.5 hours they would to me corner say a normal say met no baswa pam 1 hour.
It's send American a year. Some of these aphrodisiacs no in a ma binumuti me a broke 1 hour. But at least on your ponko unipa na unipa zidi wakwa at least. You know, 30 minutes. Well, it's even, you know, more. 1 hour. It's too much. It's okay. And so lasting long, no. Any your ability to control the moment. Have that sex, no, has to do with the play of the mind. There has to be that that feeling, that mutuality, that, you know, enjoyment that both parties, no, are benefiting from. And so go to the extreme. You are losing breath. Now you are punishing yourself at the end of the day.
All right, and you know, being sure you say what the iris were 2 minutes now with Jim.
You were psychological effects for infertility. Most men have been diagnosed of much more infertile positions than women, because most men know the psychological omode ADHD no wrong, the anxiety. Obi one who pray no so or no ba ne bedo no afi ode ne ho kana. You know, so you need to be relaxed. Sex is naturally created to be enjoyed. It is natural. Nyankopon yesa enema no woni pedua ni mu se ne be ya yedibe you know yedibe you know, it must be enjoyed. It must not be used to punish the other person.
Okay. All right. And now we so we say ni nyina no free man nti e man bi no fasa aphrodisiac no bi na no free man na we say ye ebibre mu ha nti ye ntwa so free ho no ehwe no say ebibre mu ha man na so matenka no ewu achi chen ye abrofo no.
Yeah. And nti we share some of the herbs and I say some of the products are a man use stimulate or more clitoris. Any valves near dear a woman or mumu emma atinkano umutimi achieve orgasm. And I say senior Yebeka Uchimu said ne beba.
Yeah, that's ne
humbe sanino. Exactly. And you know, because that drive no away training no, the men are much more burdened to take something extra so that they can reach there. But the solution actually is not by taking something extra, because that thing that will take it extra, that aphrodisiac will end up breaking your system. So there is an alternative that the men can use and the women can use. And then the yetimiaka number one, communication. During sex is very important. So communication is one of the things use of colors, use of aroma, you know, and use of things that stimulates the hormones in the body. Sanyama we no very important ema obano so etimi enya the connection and the feel of what is going on.
Where the ube to me actually yeah Ghana had maybe a records be a by Chelsea being padodo use sa enrui ene ebia mantambe muna okwa sade ne wo hopa.
And then also how do we call it? There has been a year about a record say over 100 men, and I say 100 people have been diagnosed. Okay, we call Accra hospital. What your friends say, military hospital ne Kolebu Numra, and about 400 patients are on dialysis as I'm talking to you. It brings kidney issues, kidney problems. Most of the kidney problems now, most of them as adverse effect of these aphrodisiacs now you use no. Again say you use some aphrodisiacs now is going to actually help us to achieve an orgasm, and also to be able to hit hard, and to be able to have a quality sex. But that one, if you don't take it in moderation, if you don't take the natural ones and you take the ones that have been concocted and mixed, and those dragon sprays and those kind of things, all those things, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it has an effect on your kidneys.
You know, overcall records no me dey mind say number no increase and as afide yenye suahunu bi nti bafem and as still na na mrante ma ba wono eni abeje humomo.
Kidney diseases no increase high. Now there has not been any accurate figure scientifically proven say it is an adverse result of use of aphrodisiac. Yeah. But when you measure some of the end results, the diseases are to say kidney diseases no. most of them, hundreds of them, about 400 of them every week, a record that people are on dialysis. You know, to stimulate their, send and break it down. And all these things can be traced to the use of narcotic drugs, and drugs are yet too high than our system.
Okay.
And the abuse of drugs also.
Okay. All right. And in Afide, effect nana ugusua we ntiafe ye monra effect ni mankasa ne hwe sem ye hunu enra hodo a ye fa emwa ne hunu se nyankopon ankasa nso no ema ye nuane bi a enka ye di e no ankasa ne betumi aboa yem ma woni oba da sane anka wo sa ukono watumi akwa na so no oba di nhyiemu a na ye di ya de bi aba be frofremu a ye bitumi ekeka haba ma ne ndubu na ne nhini edi bomu be wi echi no no akoye bibia ne ye se be kina so a ne unam kuma ye bohu de wuro obema de we 2 minutes enye bema de o se ugina ona so na bebre na no ye ba be hwese aso sa wo de sa nuro we no di dwuma isusu aso be na wo ni pedua ni nyina no eso ti dog ye hwe adwene no ne di kan no nsu aso be na aphrodisiac ndura etumi edidi mpamu agro me ye che no ewo adwene no so
number 1 no etimi ebreki wo brain function no
sene wadwen si ye
edwuma fa adwen no edwuma ni nyina gina moja e pompe e kwa adwen nim e na circulate ma adwen ni timi ye edwuma ye enti obi o wa ye beka kire say the blood flow in your brain no e less
sene moja na e kwa adwen no asa
abafem. Okay, so some of these things can easily increase in headaches and very severe headaches near the end to be obey intercourse ye no na afi o face very serious headache, anxiety, weakness. On say why you know down because the blood flow na eba adrenaline no is in too much and say it's not the right quantity as I said. Too much. It stimulates it. Wow. So see, that's what we call overstimulation. Overstimulation. Inti enunsu timi breaki adwene no ema adwene nsu etimi ebafem. Na adwene nsu ne kura nipedua ni nyina. Ti adwene bafem pe na chese nipedua no, Now during sex the brain releases oxytocin. Adie a friend oxytocin. Now, this oxytocin actually works together with something we call melatonin. Now, oxytocin and melatonin, no, so these kind of two components here are the primary things to regulate the body blood flow in the body system. And the mutation has a calming effect on the mind. That to a yamakan oxytocin and the melatonin no etimi ebre adrense ne medical kano. So when ni jumediase ema intimi nye juma se necessity intimi ye tina mo nipedua no na obi na ka na so say adwene nye juma nipedua na so enti de nka wo de be fa aphrodisiac no anka you need to learn, visit the hospital. Hospitals are a bit what you need to do to stimulate your mind, to get your mind ready for the act. Now those things would rather help you than using some things that will break down the nervous systems and the components in the mind. No?
Orafo ankoma enda no pe yegin aphrodisiac ndura hodo a ye fa edidi empemu agro na mene Dr. Minel Frimpong no ofri Park TMC Health Center and am no adwetwe enkomo na yefri ase a ye ka ohaw ahodo a sawo fa sa nduri a sawo ye oba wo ye obema wo susu aso a ewo honom ede ema wom ebia na usi emonten so nkomo nso ayewde bomode ya na fa phone no na ko YouTube na hwe ITVGHANA ko YouTube wa hwe ITVGHANA yo honom ubetumi ahwe nya nkɔmɔ a yɛdi ntoaso nyinaa no ɛwɔ hɔ nom na wokɔ hɔ nso na walike na wahyɛ ɛde ama nkurɔfoɔ sɛ monhwɛ bio na ITV ɛdi nkɔmɔ ɛde fa aphrodisiac wɔsɛ na bɛ wadamfo bi a wonim no wonua bi a wonim na ɔde saa nnuro aphrodisiac ne di dwuma no ɔno nso sua biribi ɛde afiri mu sɛ ɛbɛyɛ ɔkyerɛ bi no wonkɔnkɔhwere wodɔfo bi paa no a wodɔ no saa bi yɛduru ɛyɛ nsusuanso a ɛwɔ adwene no mu na wakyerɛ sɛ wotaa de aphrodisiac no saa nduru ahodoɔ no ɛdidi dwuma a ɛma wadwene no sɛnea ɛyɛ adwuma fa no ɛte so ɛte wadwene no adwuma ɛyɛ no ɛsoɔ nti no ɛna dɔg obi ɛbibisa sɛ aso ɛbɛtumi ama obi adwene mu aka nana.
Yes
aphrodisiac.
Yes, the excess use of it send me can enya breaki the all these components now it's forming my brain need to be functioning then it becomes a problem for the body. So obi unso obi abodam and I say yes you be any psychological issue and as obi enamabontin so near there the hormones in the body are not responding correctly with the mind. The hormones in the body are not responding in accurate dimensions with the mind.
The hormones no
yes. Enti bodan ni betimi akwa tam asansua ewo gatamu anom but onyare. Who say bodan ni bi ayare da. So when the chain send nyam kupon kasa abo ni pedua no when there is a break in the system and the nerves that connects the channels the information to the brain when there is a break in it now that becomes a problem, a psychological problem. Inti memani bibri wo 90% of men are omofa aphrodisiac have psychological issue.
How?
This is a serious thing.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, because sex starts from the mind and it is the brain that works when we come to sex. So if the brain is not able to work well to make sure that the sex periods, and I say the intercourse lasts for certain that within the shortest possible time nowadays, not a break it down, then there is a problem there. That means there's a problem in the functioning of the brain, the function of the mind. Meaning, one of these days later, you better about the functions of the brain near the into details. I'll bet you. So we need to make sure that the mind is in good order, and that is the key that is going to help us to have a good sex life.
Because I don't know how part and then a bit of a dog, but I'm a some woman on Montin, so I remember my Juma common, a bit to me.
Yeah.
Bit me in Lumania, what did Juma and I can't imagine it.
Yeah. It's me, effects in the dose, it's cardiac arrest.
Command and okay,
your heartness. Yeah,
I per se, you are general, Eddie. Na ewia nsafenti no adwene ye hu abehunu se betumi ama wadwene se na osi dwene no swate na afie so betumi ama yese na moja no die furusane wo mu na akọ enten ma no be wie chi na de ohawo fro betumi abrom betumi so ama obi abodam abra yesa no atoaso no afie na adwene no ne ye unipedua no nkwabo a wo ma ye adwuma no entumi nka mum ne basa na se o pantoma wow, so aphrodisiac betumi am obi apantoma de a ene o se tumi hwe yes na si de sa ne man edi dwuma eyi na yenhwe koma no onya bakoma yemra koma so anse yakone a aka no so no me fa aphrodisiac fa me koma no won susanso bi wo so.
Yes, because whenever omo fa aphrodisiac ni nyina be ka kire wo say the rate at which I will have intercourse no akoma no nso eye edwuma nti ohome akoma no eye edwuma until when it works out of its order eye edwuma ma ne bruso a enu so timi break akoma ne down enu na ye cardiac arrest no nti wo be hu so obi wo a oni obi have sex wewu yes ebetimi ekun
ande ka ba ko no kra ye ba ka dwunu mu ne
ebetimi paralyze whole body paralysis ebetimi ama wabubu
fa for this at the age man na broso a
ebetumi
bubu agu
yeah
and I understand na yehu na asa ya agro ne feudie bi but enye insanity.
You know, yes, because aphrodisiac nankasa no one negative and positive sides. Okay, the spiritual side in so then I'm di kan ekobo baby if you buy any ade no say spiritually no it's not something good.
Okay,
and but then no yembra the heart no sending na ye can you know the heart works abnormally when you use an aphrodisiac. Yeah, especially the ones that has too much of the narcotic substances inside, no. A breaking ipedian. Yes.
And so one and also the unimpedian home. Now the yes edumanoa. A bit to me ama comano. I just cry.
Yeah, a breaking it down. It means one more stroke. Yeah.
So only padu be a woo a ye draw coffee ni oba deck can just like that.
Obi also kura wu sisi o. But in the near future, no, it will have an effect on you. Yeah.
No, bet me twa won kwaso
ntem. Bet me twa won kwaso ntem, bet me ama stroke.
When I just say, Nupa Pinua, no, and nay, Sabio, Sabia, some kind who almost say, Moyastro Gugu, a year, Sabia, Hodo, Sabia, Hodo, Pinua, bet me, I never be away, warm rant,
Brimu.
We are brandy and now, man, can some are brandy to me and pet.
No, it will have an effect on you.
And I say, I'm coming back.
Yes,
you know, now, what's the
because some of the effects, no, it takes a long time to actually manifest in your body.
A chance, and I juma.
A check, kakra, and say, Yeduma. A being so, so system need too strong, breaking it down immediately. Because we're talking about the nerves and the tissues and the blood flow in the body.
I hunti akomane de udi hu agora ebetumi ebubu nso egu ho abra wo de sa aphrodisiac yi eye eye toaso no okay yenhwe binti akomana san enu mienu de ya de ehu pa because say me ni oba nkwada sesia na embubu mi ngu ho de na say no kra untumi anya biem kra
minim nkrofo a obi oni oba bi ekodai ewo hotel na ye rush no de ba hospital ye rush ne de ba ye no na kuma no ebiti and it was very abnormal. We tried everything we could, but he died. Sadly. And you know, yes. Send me narcotic drugs. You see, tramor. And it's an answer to me cause. Yes. Obinum send a baby dimbi and your banner da. I could say, you know, a bit to the extreme of banukra a bebre. It has an effect on you. Because akomano juma too much. Anything that a juma kasakran we juma 24/7 dey we juma you die early. The body needs rest. As akomano is structured in a way say a juma kusim pempesubia say rest kakra na twazo na rest kakra. It must work systematically like that. But a year twazo for some number of hours you are breaking down your system.
And if you go for Grayans no say Nancy and
on the 7th day rest. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, you share a me fa aphrodisiac no e betumi asem many e wonsanso bi o mani so ana.
Your wade be a friend with your central vision point in your eye. Ahoma na a direct information when you pick a signal na ascend it to the brain. Na brain also ascending back. And you know, the whole body na nkasa no ansa na body ni betimi moving. All these things are very necessary in the body. I betimi ama body no a movie a functioning in the right proportion. So when you take these aphrodisiacs too much now, it breaks your central nervous system, your central eye. you know what eye no retina no it me breaking no yes it me weak no e breaking no and it me cause blindness of vision.
Wow.
It means to cause seizure.
Aphrodisiac bet me am obi ani afra.
Yes. It means to cause seizure. I had to say an acute stage of epilepsy. Say echa. Yes.
Aphrodisiac bet me am
yeah. Yeah, it has a lot of negative effects.
Now, so bet me am asa woni so aye wisi.
Yes. It varies from individuals. You know, because it drew a be a obe normal. E be break we be a me normal break.
Okay.
Because obi betimi anom nsa be 1 gallon. Enya ne hwe. Because the system not me adjusted to that capacity, but to be one so the system need adjusted to that capacity now or no kitwe be could obey me epra. So it depends on the body system. No be any nipeduano and it's you know it functions well. Until it destroy eye no, it destroys the veins. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Na aphrodisiac di dwuma ene eso nsunsuaso na ninu se bebe hu se betumi ama oni so aye wisiri ebu o se minyi no asem nse da hu ade yi o me se da hu ade yi o betumi aye bia omrante bire mu se na osidi di dwuma ana se betumi ama oni mpo hu ade bi se ntin no aye dwuma no wo de aphrodisiac no e asai ni nyina ye nipadua na kwa no ebi nso ate se won so no na wo yem no because pinwa no yanom the titru na ye ne de betu su ya mon krakra mu ton ya concussions ya yenom menum gu me yem no me nso no nso e wo sunsusanso.
Yes, as I said, nso no e ka nipedua ne ho, it helps in digestive system no. It also has an effect on it. Now this one no will depend on the quantity and the moderation of the no. Okay. Say I don't know as I said, you know, I check and I say if you why it me shesi one so many days and some on one on near there it becomes poisonous because it secretes some bad enzymes be able system it begins to eat into your intestines.
Send a be one man almost shesi honum my channel be which na ade niema fofo bi aka ho
enzymes bi wo honey you are emwa nipedua no na it generate wom it becomes poisonous. E dia ne kura wo di si ho na eche na one function fridge mu ni ade am preserve ni yi na we just on the open sa ni ade na offer it's dangerous because
me we de ye fa empem ha kakra bi na yentwa ye ho emra se na kan ye ho ne be wura mu yi ze se ebedane poison no afi wura won sunu mu aden pa na betumi aye orofo ye twa ho tew abankomo ye di no ya de hu hwe yi pa we ekoso e wo ye mranche ne meba wa no emu pa twa ho tew na ye mra ye be ma dog apensuo bi anom ye bape ye beto aso se dane poison a de na be ye won su ye wie be ba reproductive system no ni akọ yes spiritual aspect nti nya wie ye wo mani asebe ko so ahwe ITV ye twa ho mesisia
Onyame Ishira Emperor Ghana so Nyungo ajawa Jakumo Ghana Homeland Ghana Onyame Ishira Emperor Ghana so ITV Niema Pangwa ITV
yedidie nika ne de betutu wakoma na dane de nyina yede esomwo ye series ahodo a yede somo na wotwemu ni nyina bine ladies yard 7:30 p.m. eye fiade bia na ya sanso atwam repeat kwesiade bia 6 p.m. high city girls 8:30 p.m. kwesiade bia na ya de repeat abrawo ebna de bia 1:30 p.m. suspects 5 p.m. mimini de bia shannon so sa ejuada 2:30 p.m. ye sign de besomo any odoni ehinta 7:30 p.m. Saturday and also repeat eye wukuada 2:30 p.m. ITV yesi eniema pankwa
Yendija ITV eniema pankwa ITV eligible sunkume yatune din se edra sunkomo ane edra sunkomo yebusa se eden na woton wodi dwa e wodwom ana wodi an wo real estate developer ana se wodi an e herbal center adwumakuo bi a wodo wo join ni bia no ITV ema wakwanya se for number na etwegu e wo screen na se no neto nsafre yen ye beba hodo mo ne ye ne wa ba be di wudwa na nya no nko a o ye mo wakwanya mo wato niema no ne ye sanso mo wakwanya am we bisa nwom e dia ma wodofo bobo me upewe na upede waiti na msi shamina na ya ejewa eda juada bia bukwada eni fiada ewo ITV abrabo nonum afi we mu de ITV eja sunkomo yesi eye don't come me
Egasun come on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, 5 o'clock p.m. only on ITV. ITV in Niema Pankwa.
Onyame Ishira Emperor Ghana so Nyumo ajawa chakumo Ghana
Mama sanso ena wasebiem yekotwa ho tewa sanso aba doga pensio bia no mawie afeli ya toa ye nkomo no so de ama na ba bia ne edu no enne na nanka sampo bia afeli da mpo do fidi na toa ye ka ye aphrodisiac ho asam ye aphrodisiac se na wodi bedi dwuma ene nsunsuanso a ewo so e wo nipadua ni akeka bebre yaka adwene no de yaka ani betumi ama obi mpo ayira na adwen kye so obesi dwam yaka ni de se betumi ama obi nso po nani etumi afura na ne edu ensono mudi ayeka wanu magu yem no na dog chirim sem aphrodisiac ne bi wono mo a ye hyewo tuwa mu ni ade ne become of course some concussions no say ndura ya frofra no ebe wi eti ebu asifesi wo nani nansa na mburu wono mo a be pawawo eburu ni na no si bibi e fe enzymes ana say na nyema bi ewurawura mu be call yem no eho na eduru ya yede esi enti koduru yem wabra eburu na enzymes ana nyema bi sa na ewurawura mu de na be ye wo yem wa furu no mu ene wo nso de na be ye enti eto aso mene Dr. Minel from Pong our free a park TMC Health Center and Entry and Como Abia Fina, Baba Shentina, Ma, Midu, we are trust with them dog. My young Twan Common swim. Nay, say I said, do not see what I'm not saying, bits enzymes, and I decide to me, it's me, do yam noir and a day.
To me, than a poisonous substance. Until most of the things that you can say food poison near the if these bacteria that have reacted on are reacting on some of these things national it me a cause when we take it into our system now it mean very very serious health complications with us.
And you know, we say between our bon soon to crew.
Yes.
Yes.
To me bubole unsuno nimu into crew. And that makes it difficult for a proper digestion near there to me take it place. And the obit minya bibit is a typhoid. Typhoid say winya santo krun na etimi a PSC in your system no. You know, typhoid no is just basically the intake of friends say private and as your friends say
that's a baby more
very good and you know sa enyama no eno enetimi edidi erere the layers na ewo o digestive system ni manase o intestines ni mo e man yet very light and you know pierce holes in it. Now, no, it may cause a lot of havoc to our system.
All right. And you have a share a reproductive system nankasa. Me no na metundi ya juma e wompamu yi na be wiechire no ma hoode nankasa nso sen na beye oba nso a me no na menya atenka yi no mo nso no wonsanso e wo eye omo reproductive system no so ana.
Yeah. So the midi can you know, most men and I say most people are actually battling what we call erectile dysfunction.
Say be ya no be sorumpo no.
And they tend to use some of these aphrodisiacs, no. Send a be bo na omu etimi enya that erection and that satisfaction in bed, you know, and that is what goes in a long way, no. If they don't take it in moderation, and we will come to the good side of the aphrodisiac, but with the bad side, no, it becomes a problem more than the solution that we want. So at the end of the day, how change? And it will be we take care aphrodisiac, all right. The what the ocean on your band bit me at that check, all right. But after, then the effects begin to manifest. Once will be then the chim will be na ultimate that will be so the bear money to me cost for almost 24 hours. Yes.
So never no.
Honey peduano. And that is what say when it keeps happening like that now, you are breaking down the nervous system from operation.
Na man or my word, no. So no sir and yemayano and so bit me or bawdy.
From where I said no, I can say yes, because there has not been much scientific evidence some of these things, but the effect of it and the end product of it, no, any at the cry, you know, that channeled to it. Until Utrisi are most women that become impotent. Now omuntimi enwubio and now omuwumbu nsutimi dike essay ni ade nyina no. Some of them no, when can say about 40% is due to some of these narcotic drugs and I say aphrodisiacs na omu use into their system no. It me you know, it destroys the cells, and at the end of the day no, the the eggs no crampo say it me catching it me fertilizer no crano, it destroys it enters it means say sabia ho nyina. Yeah,
so bit me akọ say baby enkusua na
say fiba ni nyina it me ko say ho. Yeah.
You can say ni minim say anya kura no obi ote empotemu a yakasa ha dwen tiwodin oye ni papa no eyadne ya yebenya nipa ba ku bi nso aboni dimpa so papa we die anya kura no we ni amde ekai no say oye maami we de tiwodin maami we de sei obi nso bitumi akasa maami we de dan ma nhia no a enka minim ne ebetome yempese mchi na nse aphrodisiac na ye kan sa na ebi nso ebetumi awo ne fa baby a hode kakra bi de enkeye edma nimpadua no doctor ewo baby a eno de so wonum a etumi yesa na wodi dwuma no a etumi yese ma nimpadua no eno de eya na ye ne be kase ye on the good side wo ana.
Yes, ye on the good side send na ye shaase no ye twa mfoni no ebe kire ye no. There are natural aphrodisiacs. In the natural way, nankasa to stimulate your sexual desire and as your sexual drive, Emma would me have a good intercourse. Yakike a bit is a watermelon, a bit is a banana, a bit, you know, to say chocolate, a bit to say, you know, some of these things, you know, in Yaneno, naturally, you know, it contains elements. It stimulates your system, you know, for the desire to happen, for the, you know, that desire and I say, you know, person achieving with me achieve it. Do you get it? And indeed, it is better to resort to some of these natural ways than resorting to the ones now. Yes. So the fruits, you take more vegetables, more fruits, and you exercise well, you eat well, you are good to go. Then you know how to control your mind when you are having sex. The most often, what I would advise is to be or having difficulty in some of these things now, the best thing to do is to go to the nearest hospital. And as a hospital, or more a dream and you can get a bit more. Most of them is just counseling. And yeah.
Yes,
and yes, a drupo.
The board man problem be ofem ofie no.
Yes.
And am asa wadwene kra nye
affected.
Enti na ma untumi nyam pamodwuma.
Exactly. Uye juma check bebre. Na wo bre too much bebre ya. Performance on bed no ebe kofem.
Enti nyese no enye yare.
Enye yare. Enti se na make no ye were different a course when it comes to sexual intercourse now. You with different segments, a course, whether somebody is performing fast or well, and those that are not performing well. We have psychological, we have physical, some of the physical effects. Some of them are physical. They're physical, alcohol. Too much, you can never perform well on bed. I don't know. Too much of everything is bad. Yeah.
All right. Whatever you go so I can aphrodisiac ho asam nti no baby a ye dream say abobo bi so akwa animu a ekakra na so wutie doctor yi a wa bra yi firi ase no wo bo bibidin ema me di ba hwe mu say odoboson once no abemu na ho nso na de ni firi ase ne na eche say when home family so be between me esusanso na ansa na me da doctor di no me sanso ka che so sanso ye osofo eka ho oye odihunfo nti ne beba wura efa ho nso na yahwe ne honhom fam no nso sen na etie dog we dey one okofa bae we kan kire ahwefo baby a aphrodisiac nankasa efiri ase edi firi ye ma kan bi se odobosom bi ana ho ne ma hodo na omode serve no bi na mo kan bo mo ma mu firi ase edi ye saade no me dey minim makoto bi bi wo ye store bi mu na me dey adwuma honhom no me wo how.
There is a problem. Most often, no, sex and kasano, it is a divine thing and yankupon ebo nipa ebo Adam and Eve. He said, in Genesis, no, can say, and yes, a beman quantana, TSM bonus for an obo Eve man. So Eve became a completion of Adam. So a woman is not to compete with a man, but a woman is to complete a man. Now, further, the sex aspect of the human system, he gave it to us for procreation. 1, 2, he gave it to us for satisfaction. Okay, and then also so that is why marriage must sex must be done in the proper way. That is in marriage. Because when you have not married to somebody and you are having sex with the person, what happens is that there is a evil spiritual force taking over. Don't worry, Nipa. Now we need the impemu agora. Yes. Both of you come together, bring those spirits join together. And you know, obi o problem bi ewo ni fie kurampo a one ne da sa problem ni so timi handle efesu. Yes. So in the sense that your physical side no, and we have the spiritual side. The spiritual side no, and I make sure you say sex is for married couples. Sex is not something we just do. Sex involves the soul. Okrano. And if you don't do it in the right way now, that will, obia wawarin dear. If you have sex with the person, even the heavens gives you permission to that, and God approves of it. So that one, there would be no spirit, evil spirit coming into contact with that. But if you do it wrongly now, the goddess of love comes to possess your body. It comes to penetrate your body. Or yes, prano, or yes, or better or no sunim sex, but when you come to love, there is a mutual understanding. There is that communication. So God's own way, or yes, sex will bring us satisfaction, excitement, and help us to procreate.
Okay. And you see, I know a drone. Baby, I was a free, I feel whom and so on, and no so sena at you.
No a bit to say bad luck, a bit media bro.
Abra would decide drone a dijuma.
A dijuma.
Between we be beer and ye. And now baby a drone tifinti. See, in Roni be baby, one near more modiano, Omunia if you say, Yenya fi baby. And the mindset in say, Omo per se, Omo de sa in Rui. It me stimulate baby a nipa duanim. No much me baby share nipa duanim. To cause it to function in an abnormal way. And to spiritually, it's not a good thing to even use anything on your body for you to incite sex. Dog, you better wonderful a use of aphrodisiac and its effects, and it was why you can want some in there and pay. So the aphrodisiac juma, so no body quadra, bema de quadra, na create what me juma, more piafo, what if you say some, ya can't no moody, Susan swear was so, and ya tre a yam, Niacopo Gassa de Maye, natural products, dear, and one Casabama or Saho, Deno, and who hears so yama or comate, where yama be reaching, we need now, I say, pepe, who you cry. You may be a phone line number free her aircon. Now, Snap common I did. Jiddy said one soon will become no one say, Miss Abby. Say, I would be a Juman soon put a hour. O fra, but you yaka, but moving and far and say, Nanny, Nan fa and sunya dear, be an amiss me be a Juma, Nanka say there to me, and as I say there to me, and Yakupo me free moon, and you could have Sabi and me free, which me am near Natche, say, by a woman you could be a washer when they, the near brewer for this year, one day, then, open your foot to be a dear free moon, and me descend any year or heno, a dear a year, and near maybe a day canyon, nimno, and who am I boy in our yasaton. The phone lines no ade ebeto na yefra se na wonso atumi afre na yedi nkomo so ewo fi hanom wadwenkire nsem bisa ni nyina na ebeje ewo ha na aboa madwumedie no atumi akoso eyi phone number no 050 0550 910 108 0550 910 108 and no any good TV no so nsabe frame na yenkoso ni comment ye kokko ye guso di huhumu de no huhumu enkomo no wo fra wasem bisa na say ye contributions ni na ye ba ye beje na aboa madwumede na tumi akoso eye dog ye ntoasom wo ye huhumu no wudi kan say wo mpemu agro mpokra no se wo ne obi a wonware no eda na so wo problem ofia sa problem no betumi
etimi di wachi yes.
And then you know some of the Cabasas can I say, I could be a yabu. Yeah, I can crack. Did you say, Pemuno, you better die a bow san yemani, a busimu how one is san yamano, said by a boot me a tray ye, night yet to me a addition, yet ye flew, and see a drono, baby a fino, and whom no guswa or come was some tea and trussel and fire influence.
Until you were a lot of ways you bet me use when you're having sex. I will bet me I have a very good sex without necessarily say force your nerves to overact beyond their capacity. Spiritually, no. Adi biara
okay. My hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
But I pay a first and offer for fee.
Yeah, you can
Okay, my auntie. Accra, damn parenti.
The doctor said, you weakness in sex.
But Sabre,
I do very now, very common, say, if I never start, very active.
So be I am now on Pemwa, I dream number 4, but to me, I active on.
The mission said, if you are now weak, and then weakness, no, if I possible say, young year. And I say, time is here. I do which me, I recommend it. I reach me, I want to.
Okay. All right, dog.
Now, weakness in sex, no, due to many causes. Okay, send me kind. Your physical causes, your psychological causes, your emotional causes, and but me psychological causes of weakness in sex, no. Yes, etimi ema nipa untimi. Yes, your erectile dysfunction, your premature ejaculation. And I say ejaculation incompetence. Now these things, no, in yemabia say umu anase it's a dysfunction in your body system. But send me can starting from the brain, so it is recoverable. You can work it out. So the best thing you do, they say you visit.
Yeah. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Bachelor Pierre France and everything. My intiwe.
In the ending now, also be share personal and mama. And there are video on us for the minute.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And your spiritual side of it. Even your program, yeah, conference in our over
all right. And you know, I say, the kind, nnua hini, ha, they say, bitter, say, be able to make dinner on our son, and no snooze, I say, yana. Na baba akonom se wo de no sie
sena me ka se
no obisa se odru bi wo ho obennom na sa na mo wo so otu.
Yes, the best thing is say don't do self medication. And until na apart TMC
one kasa nkopɛ drum ma ho
okay because e bia na sa ade no sena me kire say it has a lot of reasons in me banisa e bia obi wo ho a alcohol on no muntia obi wo ho a drug abuse nduro bi of fibrosis ntia obi wo ho a stress obi wo ho and all these effects no could be one of the underlying reasons why. But when the right thing now is going on in your body, no, and I say if you don't get a doctor who would give you proper diagnosis, or do better treatment so now we do say me be man in sorinti now then you are doing the body a disservice because at the end of the day effect now the entire ama sa be man intimi engine so no could be just an emotional thing be assessor manage
doctor
no the bit me actual
okay my phone so hello good morning Abigail.
Hello.
Yeah, Abigail, good morning.
Good morning.
Nampoma kwa die.
Pacho, doctor after or man of it. Pacho, he said, me, me, previous year. That time, no, me said, me said, we know I am down. Like me to make any year free, you like me have a second now. I don't have the feelings that much. I'm finding it difficult. So I'm feeling like I'm having sex. But then because I say tears now, that's me money effect now, and I a different thing.
Okay, all right. Okay. ba kon de nti onko doctor na onko doctor ho na omwa no se be ya onko twaduro bi a ebe ha dwom okay nti ye fa mama no we de ntwem CS na ye na sa anasa den
now CS section nso betimi ama wenya low how do we call it, sex drive. A very important part say your boss CS etimi ma obi enya low sex drive. But it can be managed. It's not to the extreme. So I would still rely on the advice. Say, doctor, and file in your complaints to your doctor. Now, some of these your natural herbs. A bit me aboa.
Natural herbs a bit me aboa. Okay. In fact, natural herbs ni so. Then call Mr. Essien or Kaswa of Ako. Good morning. Hello, Mr. Essien, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Pacho, me ain't you on the PM, Mr. Essien.
Good morning.
Yeah, Pacho, me ain't you on TV in the swai, till phone me in common.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Essien.
Okay.
I say only about your onion one day, and the name I said I'm going out. Okay, that's okay. You never see a bread no more to cover brisa, but what can you ever now? A be over to me. I the quick answer be at the amount. Why? And Mr. Tessie, you never say, oh, why? Okay, all right, you know, you're about already, and so you're fire. We're okay now. What you say? I have been draw why?
Yes,
CS no.
And some of them no, unless doctor na on no betrayal. You know, with the right time, I will have it that intercourse. Okay. And you know, you should consult a doctor. And also, we are the number betuja. Ombra your health center. They will take care of it. We have a counseling section. We would know where the cause of the actual problem is.
Right. And the actual when so say root bitters. And then we know trafrapa na or the ashebites.
Yeah.
No one or say no so
in the excess a brosu be bidenye nipeduano etimi accommodate only certain limits of certain things at a time. You don't exceed the limits.
Okay.
Antino ndua bi say ginseng say ndua no. Some people have speculated
say yemfa ginseng ye no ye ba beto aso ewo na eja ewo dome eja machie o. Good morning. Yanko padu mo eja na wonso e. Yeah, eja mentie wo wo TV ne so ai tie o phone me ni nkomo. Yeah, but no pe me yentie wo eja.
Me pacho me die me problem me say. Me ne wife I want to start to. Me ti me ko bibi mo da die bi te na de tian sana. Me ti me ata ye bi sana ha bi sana me ti me ata. But if you give me the cutting the same time for the Carolina, 18
okay. All right. But my was a Jahana or obey you ano. Okay, now what you say, ginseng him at least the bitters the bitters and I say alcohol bitters.
Ginseng him no and an amatre. So with that one no you can use it. But send a mature and say Adebia omu the alcohol ni sa niama no preservatives ni ade no fra. You don't take it too much. Because alcohol kra no taking it too much ebre wo libido ase. So you don't take it too much with the assumption say be boa wo ama wetimi aye debi. You take it in moderation. That is why it is good for you to follow the prescribed one Food and Drugs Board approve it. No omunya the prescription.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. But your first and African pay.
Yeah, the question I want to ask is the aphrodisiac produced for enhancing sex or low sex drive.
Meaning, sir, what's the question now? But some be more, and that's how you answer question.
Okay. Is it that they are not good enough?
Okay. All right. So, but I say aphrodisiac na eba mayene mad danon enyana.
And yet, it was side effects. So it's better you stop taking it at all. Because what is the end? What's the reason why we want to have sex? What's the goal? What are we trying to achieve when we have a long sex? You know, all those things must be answered appropriately. But then it's a mutual thing. We are having a good time with each other. Then I don't think the use of something that will make you go in excess a bit me have effect even on your partner. No, shouldn't be. It's not a good thing. Yeah.
Okay. And you know, so I say. Or how when young how be now bedding with to me if you but not to me.
It's a metia or can say on worry or ban on yen one year.
Or no, on also on worry or ban, but on now problems with bring yeah. Okay, maybe my phones, man. Let's miss the hope I ever see be now. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. But your friends and everything are paying.
Hello.
So free with you, no, Emma, me why? But I say, so I dance my show free TV, no, mamma, and I feel and Cassaway. So okay, so I feel my too. When it by my day, war banner. But a war banana, and that's how a chances anyone.
Yes, it could be due to hormonal changes. And all those things can still be managed. It can be managed without using aphrodisiac. Did the right fruits, the right vegetables, and I think so. Say answer na the sex the atmosphere must be conducive to inspire or ignite the mindset, to say a bit senses all to get ready. Adrenaline should be yes, and that can easily work. Some people know I'm starting within the starting or the room. No, you do some foreplay, you do some cuddling, touching of the woman near there, because a man be brain kasano or naturally no or matin can be more matin can wait a natural and any problem. Yes, yeah, exactly.
All right. And here we know almost some said na no when back no sin already no di kan ho ko rura ho sem bim na that no better okay yeah for so right. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, but your first and everything. Okay, but you mean to it.
Yeah, but you never the first round, the OP and check. Second one is Japan,
okay. First round, normally, Ubia will have sex that it's not a weird thing. It's a normal hormonal because our system na adjusted to you know, the mood and then idea. So first round, no, most often, no, sometimes because of the anxiety, no, and the edge, you know, you know, you are able to release quickly. Normal.
Okay. All right. When you for you so say on worry oba no net on problem bebre mu e betumi aye no ana.
On say me di kan say it was spiritual effects because baby adina nka se fi no a goddess of love.
And when you one chance so you so adru ni bi o was so no oba net
oni oba net
no be man nam problem bebre mu na so na odi kan say so oni oba bi mpoda no how bi wo na busuam
ebetumi di wechi exactly and you know it could be one of the reasons why
last call near ba fi nya bre na yi samantia ba be yi we na no. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. My bachelor first and I'm free and paying. Okay, my team. Pacho main tea on our TV so I tell phone needing come on. Okay, me and Charles Nunga. Okay, my tea why Charles. Okay, so I say Obano Ebibia Bacho Charles one now pen or ban and pan as a ban pen on pay. But I send me so I was send me so some beam. Some bisa was some beam, I sent Tiasia number. I didn't know Bisano. Hello. That's what means I say. What I said.
Yeah, I mean, no, say. Bema no upad no but obano I say no yeah, it could be to an effect of low thyroid in the body. And no
obano
yes hypothyroidism. The level of hormones no I want in nipeduemu na nkasa no does not respond quickly to things intine abotre. And communication also plays an important role when it comes to having an intercourse and as having sex. Communication is very important. So when you enjoy the thing more. You know, you know, tend to use this thing against the women. But that is not how God created the whole thing to be. And also to me affecting hormones, no, any idea money, any problem. Yeah.
And you know, you we now so can be said. So baby, what problem with Nabusium? Nasa one and a quad now one across. So how not to do a chiana about so. And I was so on worry or banner and on it say no be man and problem be bring a bit to me. I worry on worrying on your banner.
That is exactly what it is. Let me say. Send and medical kayakano. Spiritually, no. If you are not unless a man is married to a woman, any sex that will be have be as outside marriage, you know, it is not something God recognizes. And inti adebia nyaminsu nimuno na chese bonsam so yede. Two things ne control we say. The spirit of God and the spirit of the enemy. The Bible says the enemy came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And that's his primary activity, his actual assignment. And you've opened a window. And it's easy for them to come through. To me, be pewaseo. But through that sex now having it's not recognized by God. You know, it's me life. It's me the problem. It's me the yare crab. Yeah. Yeah. Nti obi wo wa because of some of these intercourse be a waye wo bra on worry enti wenya this kind of what we call spiritual marriage. Any sense, you know, all these spirits possessing the body and I say controlling Emma deep problems be bra. And it is the spiritual that controls the physical.
Okay. And then the person we call easy and I say and no one training na so mo adwene no wo baby back one and the but ni na no ye beja to because untumi nka aphrodisiac ho asem won ka enam asem na asem pom agro and was anything amakwan ni na ewuru na me say obi nso bi sai say so ne na yere ehia okoba akono wia untumi nkobi mu akwese bia next day na so yare ana
a better psychological. Okay, I can place that one in the category of psychological. You know, as a set adrenaline no necessary tuning. Or you're not doing something that may call one pet. You know, that's how it's going to be. But when you tune the mind, you see, that's why I say it begins from the brain. You massage the brain, you tune the brain, get the atmosphere conducive. Now, all the wild dream is the you know, it will come.
Na numpo bi se ehu hia se me yere anadwo makoba ako na me mfoso ase me kob minu and me ensansa na ade ache ehu hia.
Oh, it's just for the fantasy. It's just for the fun. Say bia me ye dia jimeni, we are enjoying it. But actually no, it has less benefits. You know, once the woman climax and achieves her orgasm, I think you are done with your work. It's okay.
All right.
You know.
Okay. Dog, you didn't come on na ba eweye fa sama ba kon etu ya mrante ne meba one for my fa aphrodisiac trauma for man.
A foot you me de be ma wona ehwe me nyina ene se aphrodisiac no ekunipa. It kills and it breaks down the human system. Because any yankopon bo ni peduane say be function no, that is not how you are trying to make it function more than the capacity until you break it down. Me pacho, if you are a young guy and a young lady listening to me, aphrodisiac no, try to desist from it at all. If you have any difficulty in achieving a longer sex drive and as a longer sex, just visit a hospital. Or I will give my number out. There are better and very natural, psychological ways you can use to have sex. It even gives you much more satisfaction than using the aphrodisiac. And to know every lady, every guy that is listening to me, I don't know how effect in this year, effect tomorrow. A stroke, a break your immune system, a lot of kidney failure near. So please and please and please let us all desist from the use of aphrodisiac, the use of spray. Spray. Spray, it kills. What happens is that it kills hormones. Yes. So at the end of the day, who have intercourse the hormones necessary secret blood ni flow yeah. And watch it. By the end of the day, you are hurting yourself because those hormones are also important. So the way it has to be. If you have any health complication and I say issue concerning this matter, the number is 0500 60 94 10 0500 60 94 10. What they will frame ya no can how I will give you assistance, we'll pray with you na nyamensu ebemua bibia befa. You can visit our health center. So Apak TMT Health Center ayaresabia yakwadiri will be drumupa since 1984. Now your branch kesiepa your headquarters no ewo Jehovah Junction, Kaswa Jehovah Junction. Number now. Yeah, you can. We do counseling. We do some things like aromatherapy. ode oba ye be chere ni nyina mu
ya efensi na bi wo ha obi an na ma no de tu dwa no wa ba mode an wotumi afre no na wo di akiri na aboa enu nti na ye wa ha se be wo benya hode na pom de na Ghana Daakye nso esi nyina eyi dwumade ye Ghana Daakye na ye de ebre wo ene nso ya wada edisi na pom de ensa ne be kan na aphrodisiac afutu akwa ama ye se obanyansa fo de yebu ni be ye nka na asam na me gidi se nso besua de afrimu Dr. Minel Frimpong or ye General Manager at the man a Park TMC Health Center and in a train and common or something or software mappa. Dog, yeah, that's it, and you're not paying your turns of or boy, my headphones is here, baby. Now, go watching so a fiada, the Ochina Friday edition and song at the Ebebro or Ghana Daakye. So, me and Mijinamu, now me share and I to me the Ghana Daakye, Ebron, a sobibo, Ufori, Amanfo, sobibo, in the West.
Homeland Ghana. Onyame Ishira.